So approved vendors have always been responsible for managing and actively supervising their designees, including nested designees, and ensuring compliance with program requirements. Particularly from a consumer protection standpoint, it's key that approved vendors successfully and consistently perform this oversight of their designees, as it's often designees who have the most direct contact with consumers. A new program requirement went into effect on September 1st of this year. So effective September 1st, all approved vendors that work with or use designees are required to have and follow a designee management plan. The requirements can be found in Section 10b1 of the Consumer Protection Handbook, but I am going to list those requirements here. The criteria that must be included in designee management plans are as follows: a process and criteria for vetting new designees, a plan for onboarding and setting expectations for new designees, a process and criteria for reviewing designee marketing materials, scripts, and channels, a process and criteria for reviewing designee enrollment processes, including generation and signing of disclosure forms and execution of contracts, a process for ensuring adequate training of designee employees and agents, including training on program requirements and updates, like Ola just discussed, a plan for regular communications and/or check-ins between AVs and designees, a process and guidelines for when designees need to update the approved vendor on material changes to the designee's marketing materials or channels, enrollment processes, or other business practices, a process for designees to report customer complaints to the approved vendor, a plan for responding to designees' violations of program requirements or applicable requirements of the designee management plan, and then for approved vendors that offer DG projects, requirements to ensure designees submit project application materials to the approved vendor in a timely manner. The designee management plan is required when you begin working with a designee. If you never work with a designee, you do not need to create and maintain such a plan. We get that question a lot. If you're an approved vendor and you do not have any designees you work with, this requirement does not apply to you. Approved vendors must provide the program administrator with a copy of its designee management plans upon the program administrator's request. Next slide, please. The timing of those requests currently is that we're only requesting designee management plans from approved vendors when a notice of potential violation goes out. So essentially, if a designee has been flagged for a potential violation of program requirements, we are asking that designee's approved vendor or approved vendors, if they have multiple, for a copy of their designee management plans. We've gotten a request from a few approved vendors about how they want this formatted. We accept formatting of designee management plans in whatever way you want. Ideally, and most people are providing it in a Word or a PDF document, but if there's another way, like an Excel file, that's easier for you all to maintain all the criteria, that's fine too. Out of the designee management plans that we have reviewed to date, some of the common issues include missing criteria. So I went through the criteria that are listed in the CP handbook, again, section 10b1. Please make sure that all criteria are included in your designee management plan. And then secondly, partially responsive explanations. So some of those criteria list a few different bits of information that are required. Make sure that you're including all of that information in your designee management plans. We will provide approved vendors with an opportunity to cure any deficiencies. So after we receive a designee management plan, after we've requested it, we will reach back out if we have any follow-up questions or we believe that any part of the designee management plan criteria were not included in your plan. We'll then give you an opportunity to cure that several weeks and engage in a back and forth before we move on to any notice of potential violation if we believe that the designee management plan is deficient. As always, timely responses to our follow-up requests are appreciated and required, and in almost every situation will prevent the issuance of a notice of potential violation.